Hey y'all.
Hello.
Welcome back. Yeah.
Good to have y'all back.
Oh, they ain't been gone nowhere. We the one been gone. Welcome back, y'all. It's good to be back, y'all. We had took us a little break because we had a lot of stuff going on. Welcome to the broadcast. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. No, Christmas gone.
3 days later.
3 days later. Hey, Nashe, Samuel. How are you? Hey, Criteria. We're back. We are back, y'all. Yeah. Y'all, look. Look. We've been gone so long. We didn't know what Sunday it is. What Sunday is it? What time is it? Y'all, we're glad to be back. Welcome us back. Y'all, tell the people to get in. We are back here at 8 o'clock on Sunday night. And what better way to start this year off than to come back with the hard hats? Because, baby, for 2023, we going to need some hard hats in marriage. Welcome to the broadcast. Y'all, I got to put my glasses on because I don't know who's saying hey and stuff like that. Let me look at them real quick. Hey, Chris. Hey, Sham. Hey, Courtney Darn Brewer. Hey, Lady D. How are you? How y'all doing? Hey, y'all. Hey, Miss Deborah. We have missed you all as well. I'm telling y'all, it has been a busy year. Thanks. Thanks for letting us know we're looking cute. Hey, Toya. We're glad that you all are in here tonight. Y'all, look. It's been 3 Sundays in the new year, and we just not getting back on. Look, we had a busy last 3 Sundays. New Year Day, I think we had party too hard New Year Eve. So we stayed up trying to eat some breakfast and stuff. So we weren't able to get on New Year Day because we had to sleep in a little bit. But yeah. And then what happened the next Sunday?
We celebrate some birthdays.
Hey, Monte Ray said somebody's about time or something.
I knew he gonna call.
Monte, bye. Ain't nobody stir you. Just like, share, and tag this broadcast. Y'all let us know when you get in the yard, in the construction zone. Tell the people that you're here. But hey, Monte, we was coming. I'm telling y'all. Hey, thanks, Toy. Toy said she like our attire. This is construction, y'all attire, Toya. I'm telling you. We love you too, Toya. Hey, y'all, do us a favor, like, share, and tag. We've been Lady D said we've been long gone, honey. We have been long gone. I'm telling y'all, it's been a whole. See, like it been forever since we seen y'all like last year. It's been last year since we saw them for real. So y'all get some people in, let them know that we are back. We are back here on Sunday nights. We fell back on Sunday night, and yeah. But we had Impact Media turned 27, so we had her party. That's what happened one Sunday, and then the Sunday after that, our grandboy turned 7, and so we had to have another party. So y'all, it's nothing like having a good family time. Y'all know we like to laugh and act up a little bit. So we ran out of time, and by the time we looked up on the clock, it was past 8 o'clock, and we was like, "Oh my God!" So we are glad that you all are back. Like, share, and tag, tell the people we're in because we want to see what kind of goals y'all done set for 2023. So we want to get that in. Those of you that don't know, a lot of people that already know, we are the Duns of Dunn Home Improvement, the Marriage Edition. We do not build houses.
We retired that hat.
We have been getting phone calls asking. They explain what they need first. Hi, we was trying to see if your husband or you all work on building roofs for houses and blah blah blah. And I let the people finish their conversation. I said, I'm sorry, ma'am, but we don't build houses. We build marriages. So look, we've been getting a lot of phone calls about doing some remodeling on houses, and that ain't what we do. We are the Marriage Edition. We are the Duns. and we are excited about being back on the line with you all. I'm telling you, it's been a good minute. But I've been seeing everybody enjoying themselves. I've been seeing Lady D. I've been seeing the Pullings. They've been jamming, honey. They've been partying and living a best life as married couples. Congratulations to y'all. Toya, it's been real. I'm telling you. But we are glad to see all of you all back on. Look, like, share, and tag. Get some more people in. Get some single people in because they need to know what these goals are. And get some more mad people in. Let them know, hey, the Duns are back on. We're doing some new stuff. Next Sunday is our Super Sunday. So we're going to have more than us on next Sunday. So I need y'all to tell some people. Next Sunday, Super Sunday. And we're going to have more people on. And we got a great big old topic that we're going to be talking about next Sunday. So I'm looking forward to that coming up. And we have a few other things. But get some people in. What Criteria Morgan said? Oh, she was tagging people. Oh, y'all continue to tag people. If I could see what y'all was saying, but I don't want to keep on putting my glasses on and take them out. But if it's something that's really important, put it in all caps so I can see what y'all saying too.
Everybody deserves a break.
Everybody deserves a break. Who said that?
Lady D.
Lady D said everybody deserves a break. Yes, we do. We all deserve a break.
So we can't talk about marriage and building marriage if we don't build our own. So I mean, just spending time with each other and family. You have to take breaks and enjoy our family, enjoy yourselves. Amen. So yes, that's what we've been doing. Been just sharing with each other and enjoying family downtime. You don't want to be off balance, so you want to make sure you're balanced in your marriage and your family with your family. So definitely take time to enjoy your family, enjoy each other, enjoy the kids, enjoy the grandkids. Amen. So hey, yeah, it is. Take time.
And y'all, if y'all hear Reggie saying, "Oh, amen," and all that good stuff while we talking, look, he just thought he was finna start preaching or something. If he veer off, I'm gonna tap and say, "Wait, now we on live, cause baby." Over these past 3 weeks, he done got elevated. You know, he been called to another level of ministry. So if y'all start hearing him say amen and all that stuff, that's why. Yeah, I'm sure some of y'all saw my post that he had an elevation take place. So he might say amen a few times, but we still gonna be talking about marriage. All that is. And if I start fanning and sweat, y'all already know we at church. But once y'all come in the yard, jump in. Let us know that you're here. Sometimes we can't see your comments, or we can't see your name unless you say something. We want to welcome everybody in. This is a marriage edition, and marriage is a beautiful thing. Make sure you continue to invest in marriage. Do stuff a little different. I know at the end, I think at the end of our broadcast in 2022, we was saying, write down your goals. How many people actually sat down and discussed and wrote down the marriage goals for 2023? We came in with our hard hats tonight because you really can't go through this marriage without in this construction yard and in this improvement of your marriage without the hard hats, because you got to stay covered. You got to keep your marriage protected. So you got to make sure you come in covered enough and where people can recognize you in the yard. I'm in the construction yard of my marriage, and we're improving things. So what goals have you set for 2023? Or did you even think that it was important for you to even think about goals or set goals for your marriage, or even try to put it out there to make your marriage look a little different? I was asking Don, I was like, I was trying to figure out what some examples of what people ought to want their marriages to look like. Of course, I don't want it to look like nobody else's. But I told him, I see marriage, and some of y'all saw my post up there. I see marriage sometimes as a good old party. You know, when you first get to the party, ain't that popping off. Everybody just standing around, leaning up against the wall. See, I don't really go to party. That Becky, I ain't even go back in the day. That just get Priscilla Dawn Howard on here, because she can tell her what happened at the club and at the party back in the day. But look, when you first get to the part, everybody just sitting around because you trying to figure out your party mate and the people that's around you. And that kind of like the way it is with marriage. When I first got into marriage, I'm trying to figure out, what finna pop off in this thing, honey. So I did not know what. Why he mad? Why he laughing like that? Man, we ain't about to. But marriage,
it was like one of those.
Marriage was like what?
It was like a Jack in the Box, That's all it was. It was like a Jack in the Box.
Woo! Now Shay said marriage to her is definitely a beautiful thing. She love her husband. He's one of the best, honey.
Good.
Deborah Haynes says with the hard heads, it's just time to work. It is time to work. But at the same time, I'm telling you, I see that thing as a good old party where you get to the party and it just kind of like hand popped off yet and everybody just sitting around and next thing you know they wait to see what's gonna happen at the party and some of us wait to see how this marriage thing is supposed to work. And then next thing you know, they put out the 360 booth, the DJ start playing your song. So your marriage, your groove, you got in a groove of what work in your marriage. That's what I think about it being a party. You be done got in the groove of what works in your marriage. Just like the party.
She like Dave Brown. She got that feel.
It be like a big old party, honey. That thing, you already done turned up. It be ready, time to go. Especially if you with your mate and y'all dancing to the right song, honey. Y'all be ready to leave out, honey. But yeah, it be like a good old party. What gonna pop out?
You still thinking like a good old party?
Marriage is like a party. But look, y'all got to make sure we commit to these goals. I see. Hello, Barbara Griffin. She said she's headed in that direction of marriage.
Oh, awesome.
Welcome to the marriage club. It's a good direction to go in to be connected to you. I would say your soulmate. I say your soulmate. It's good direction to go in. But we just jumped on here tonight because we want to see what goals and why is it even important to set goals in your marriage going forward, not just for 2023, but 2023 and beyond. What Miss Deborah Hayes says.
That 360 booth almost scared her.
Miss Deborah Hayes, the 360 booth scared you. Man, that's the thing, honey. I like to get on there and just dance a little bit. It make you feel like you done did something. When you look at that video, you look at that 360 video, and for real, you ain't really moved and did that for real. But when you go back and look at the video and it make you look like you were rocking really to that song, that 360 move is just imaginary. I'll just say it like that. That way some people marriages look one way you look on the 360 booth. When you look in the video, some of them marriages messed up. So we can't even look at what they look like when they on the 360 booth for real. We gotta look at the real, because it be the image start to be enhanced. But yeah, what kind of goals did you set for 2023 for your marriage? Or did you even think it irrelevant? I mean, you thought it wasn't even important to you because we got so comfortable in our marriages till we feel like, hey, why do I set goals? Why do I want to see anything different? Because we feel like they ain't going nowhere and everything is good. But it's always good to set goals for your marriage. For anything in your life, but since we talking about marriage tonight, it's always good to set goals in your marriage. Figure out what you can do differently. Evaluate. Go back to the years before or the year before. Evaluate, what did I do? What else? How did we do? What did we do in this area? We can even set goals financially. How can we build our finances in our marriage? Or are we just going to stay the same mediocre? Or are we going to say, okay, we're going to be a millionaire by the end of 2023, but we didn't set any goals to make it happen? So what kind of goals are we setting for our marriage? Or are we just getting comfortable saying, I already know he ain't going nowhere. We're settled. We're fine with having X amount of dollars in our account. We're fine with just going on a date periodically, maybe once or twice a year. We're fine with that. We should always try to figure out what goals can we set, how we gonna do it, what more can we add to our marriage to make it even better. I know it's a lot of things that me and Don been talking about over the past few days on what can we do different going into 2023. What can we do different? We're already in 2023. What can we do different now? We're almost at the end of January, 1 month in. What can we do different for our marriage, or have we just got too comfortable because we the duns? We gonna be married forever. I want to be married forever, but I want to make it a better forever. I don't want to just sit here and keep on trying to build. Of course, we want to build, and like I heard somebody saying, they was talking about the school thing. We want to build, continue to build our marriage, but we want to build our marriage better. I don't want to keep on working on it and just patching things up, and we're not making a full remodel of the situation. But when we build our marriage, we want to build better. So what goals are we setting for 2023 to build our marriage better? Or do we feel like we got this in the bag? Because Don ain't going nowhere because we've been together 27 years. He ain't going nowhere. He could. I could. We could be gone our separate ways. So that's why we sit down, conversate, build, figure out what our marriage goals is going to be for 2023, and work at them. We have to
work at them. I mean, it is an investment. Marriage is an investment, and we often say what you put in it is what you're gonna get out of it, and it can be better too as well. And they said you do the same thing, you're gonna continue to get the same results. We talked about a while back that everything changes. Our age change, our eyes change, our bodies change, life changes, everything changes. Why, if everything else around us changing and we're not willing to change our marriage, we're not willing to change the goals and things that we have set, in our lives. So we got to continue to change this thing because our lives change, and we have to learn to change and adapt to the time. And we look at we got to change. You look at the groceries, you look at the gas,
right?
You look at everything is going up, man. It's so high. So it causes us to change. It causes us to say, okay, baby, we can't spend here. We can't, we can't excess spending over here.
Yes.
We got to save, and we got to put back. So that's why it's important to, start looking at these things, evaluating this thing, and evaluating your goals and setting the goals, because when we spent $300 over here going out to eat last year before last, you can't them eggs.
Them eggs about $300 by this. If y'all been out to buy some eggs lately, you gonna evaluate your marriage goal. See, I'm an egg eater and I like eggs. But now when I go to the store, eggs is $9. So I need to figure out if we gonna buy some chickens and put them out somewhere in the country so they can have. So those are things that you gotta talk about. As little as the groceries, the eggs, because everybody been talking about the eggs. As little as that in marriage, especially if your spouse is an egg eater like me. I'm an egg eater. I could just eat an egg sandwich and go on about my business. But those are simple things that we got to talk about in our marriage, where we think, I could find $8 to buy some eggs. You don't want to keep paying $8 for 18 eggs. Or can we afford to even keep adding that to our budget? So even the smaller things, we should be trying to figure out what we're going to do. Hey, Bridget Dunn Williams, we should try to figure out even those little things, going down to the eggs. That's $8. What are we going to do? But we don't look at it like that because we feel like it's just going to come, it's just going to come easy, or it's going to come automatic. But do we look at the future of something may happen, or this may happen? Yeah. Not saying that we want it to happen, but simple things as small as the egg that we don't even think about in our marriage that may affect what we have going on, because you use eggs to cook a lot of stuff. So those are the things, even though you say, well, that shouldn't even be in relationship goals, that shouldn't even be in marriage goals. Groceries should be in marriage goals, because if you, a man, This man like to eat. I like to eat. Can y'all see me? I like to eat. And eggs is one of them. So, hey, those are things that may not seem like a big thing, but even smaller thing. What's our goal? What's our financial goals on what are we gonna spend for groceries for the month of January or February? Do we have a nest egg set aside for anything extra that's gonna happen? Do we have any extra funds set in another place? That way, if something do happen and we do have to go in those funds to buy some eggs, do we have those? Right. Are we setting those things up? Or are we just going on day by day? Yeah. I'm gonna live for the now. It don't matter if I got some grits in there or not, because I just figure out whatever we gonna put in the place of grits. No, figure out now what we can do for tomorrow for the thing of grits.
And I thought about too. Y'all know how we when storms and snow and different things come, and y'all know we bad about it. When these things come or they're announcing that they're gonna come,
right?
And so at the last minute, everybody want to go and buy, bread and want to buy eggs and want to buy milk, want to buy these things. And I'm just using it for example. And we try to prepare then, but like you're saying, like we don't never know what's gonna happen. We don't never know. I might go in and lose my job. I might go in, my job shut down, or her job shut down, or whatever. We don't know. But preparing ourselves, setting goals, and putting money in the bank and storing up. The Bible talks about the ant. Considering the ants. How they stir up during the winter. You know what I'm saying? And during the summer, then so when the winter comes, they ain't got to work in the winter time. So same way with us. Setting goals and things. So we stir up, we work, and we put back, and we save, and we talk about these different things. So if something do hit, crisis do happen, we're somewhat prepared for it. You know what I'm saying? It won't catch us off guard. So it helps you set goals. It helps to kind of look in the future. Look, I know it said let tomorrow take care of itself, but you don't want to be a fool either. Mm-hmm. But you want to prepare also for tomorrow. If you got the means to do it, always still look for tomorrow. Tomorrow it may not come to you. It may not come to you, but just in case if it comes, I'll be prepared for it. So let's set goals and sit down and talk about these things and talk about how to not do this and not do that. And we can't go out this week, or we can't. Hey, we have a date night at the house on the couch with a balloon. Well, they don't make balloon like you. I can't use balloon. That balloon.
That balloon used to be good though. Yeah. But look, I know this all off subject, but baby, if you ever I don't know, see these modern day children. These little children now, they don't know nothing about that good bologna sandwich. I know they all off subject married go, but you never know. You might want to go make food that bologna sandwich out because baby, it's entertaining. That bologna sandwich is entertaining, honey. You can put that bologna on now, and then when you see that thing, whoop, and
it burn around the edges. That's a good sandwich.
We might better do that. Cause babe, I promise you the whole time that bologna cooking, I'll probably be in there falling out there because I'm gonna be waiting on it. If your bologna don't whoop in the middle.
Well, this damn time, your bologna ain't gonna do that. Like, this is a different type of bologna that we dealing with now.
Oh Lord, Bridget said she love a good bologna sandwich. Bridget, I'm telling you, you put that bologna on that flat skillet. Oh, baby, just let it go ahead and start getting all kind of little, you start shaking like this. That thing, that thing, whoop in the middle. Oh, you got a good bologna sandwich.
Yeah, so you don't have to know how to revert back to those.
Yeah, Big Deborah said that fried bologna sandwich. Big Deborah, I'm telling you.
Fried spam and all that good stuff.
Yeah. That be some good stuff, I'm telling y'all. That was just all off the stuff that I'm telling you. That was commercial break. Make that date night a bologna sandwich date night. I'm telling you. Get that little burn up on there. Get you some light. How they say? Get you some of that light bread and mayonnaise. Baby, bologna sandwich be out there. We might better cook some. We could cook some bologna sandwich when we get out.
You ain't gonna get that. Not that bologna. It's a different type of meat that we working with this thing.
So you said some of that good burnt The last time we had some, the bologna was kind of thick, y'all. And it didn't do like it supposed to.
Had that little red
that back in the day, it had that red band around it. And you peel that little, some folks I used to sometimes eat my little red.
That's that good type stuff.
Woo! Well, Carol Felton said, now she be saying, Mom, I know you ain't giving my baby no bologna. Carol, get that baby that bologna. I'm telling you, they gonna remember. They gonna remember that bologna. Get them babies the bologna, honey.
Some of us couldn't even wait on the cooking part. We just ate it like it was. Put on a piece of bread and salmon.
I cooked mine because if it didn't have that burnt, it had that little burnt side on there. If you ain't got that burnt part of the bologna, it ain't no real bologna sandwich.
You kind of grew, got to that stage. But before that stage, going to the refrigerator, eating cold hot dogs, and she ain't been where I come from.
Yes, I did. Bridge, I ate the red ball.
Cold hot dog, walking around eating. Bologna just walking around eating. You put in no grease.
Bridge, that red ball used to get good and crisp too. Baby, we know. We were good and hungry.
Definitely
we could that.
Eat that red. We're trying to kill us. You was on suicide eat that red. Lord mercy.
Woo!
But seriously.
I'm so sorry, Jesus.
But you gotta, we laughing and all, but I mean, but it taught us one thing though. Don't forget where you come from.
Don't forget where you come from.
The commodity cheese and that little grocery bag that they used to give us. We used to go up the hill up there.
Yeah, child. That good old brown paper sack grocery.
That made that good cheese, cheese.
That good welfare cheese. If folks don't know nothing about that good cheese to be in that brown box, y'all, we just all off the subject. But that you got to make marriage goals, honey. Make sure you got good cheese laid aside. But see, folks don't know nothing about that cheese that used to be in that brown box. Look, y'all know they used to give out the cheese in the brown box to make some good cheese eggs. Woo! Oh, Lord Jesus.
But yeah, it just setting goals on the real though. We talking about these things because I'm telling y'all, it's time is getting
it gets rough, and we have to set goals.
And sometimes things happen for real though. You have to kind of put things in perspective because, like you said, you're looking at the eggs and they're predicting them to keep going up. They're predicting a lot of stuff keep going up and up and up, and so it's really marriage. I mean, that's why it's important. And I know I might get in trouble here with a lot of marriage couples. I mean, that's on you, but that's why we put our money together. That's why we it's not mine and not yours. It's
right. Gotta get it together.
We want to prepare. I want to prepare for what's coming. She wants to prepare for what's coming. Not I just have mine, she just have hers. We're trying to build something here. We're trying to establish something here, and we can't establish it by being selfish and having our own thing,
stuff.
Our own stuff, while we are married. So where we are going and the way this world is shifting and these different things are taking place, we're gonna have to pull together. And I'm coming to tell you too that we that can't get along with people and can't get along with family members, can't get along with different ones, be able to find ways to get along because it coming to the point where we're gonna need each other. You might say that I don't need them, they might say they don't need you, but I'm telling you where we're headed. Forget about what happened, what's going on, get over it. Learn to get along with your family and work together, work through it, work it out, man, because trouble is ahead.
Sure is. And y'all wonder why we have on these hard hats tonight. That's why. Because we want to make sure that even though people say they always push into my marriage is so hard. No, we're not saying it's hard. We're saying that it's work. It's work. And folks that try to say that it's just, my marriage just a breeze and it just been 100 the whole time we've been married. You evaluate it. I'll use, for example, I always like to watch that Married at First Sight. They had this one couple on there, and the first time they got together, they just was it was jiving all the whole time. We didn't have no problem. They bragged to the other people, and before they could get to the end, midway, they marriage exploded because they wanted to say they had no problems. We're 100. We're working through, but we don't push it. Marriage is bad, but we do say that it take work and it taking an investment in it, and it's a home improvement time all at the same time. Yeah. Whether we get on here and laugh one week, or whether the next week we get on here and preach the next week, but it is still a process, and we gotta set goals. Even to the point, I'm looking at Miss Deborah's comment. Even in their goals and in their house, Miss Deborah said she already got her some powdered milk. She trying to get powdered eggs. Yeah, it's a process. Yeah, a process to doing it. So we gotta get ourselves together. Hey, Sheikah, my niece Sheikah is on. Hey, Sheikah. We're glad that you're on. Yeah. Miss Deborah said it's really time to be prepared, married or single. Things are gonna go south fast, and they are. And that's why we got to figure out what goals to set first. What are we going to put in place? What are we putting in place for marriage? Because we could be up today and down tomorrow, and we don't have nothing set aside, nothing put in place. We was only living for the moment in our lives. So we got to figure out, okay, how can we get things in place? Single people as well. Single people, tag some single people, tell them to get in here. This is not just for marriage. We got to all set goals. Even though we often talk to married folk, but at some point, single folk gonna be married to somebody one day, and at least you be done gain some type of knowledge. So we got to figure out what can we do to make this marriage progress. What can we do to stay in it for the long term? What can we do even more? Even though me and Don been together 27 years, what can we do to be together 27 more years? And to make it better. Not only do we want to build and improve, we want to build our marriage better, honey. We want to make sure that the goals that we set, we don't just sit here and write them down on paper. We sit there and check them off and continue to check them off and figure out what else can we do differently? What else can we do better? How can we communicate better? How can my body gestures won't be a certain way and he ain't digging that? Or how can I open the store more? Because some of y'all women closed up the store in 2022 and didn't have on to give your spouse the store. So you got to figure out how you can open up that store, honey. Open the store, honey. Hurry up and set you got to do that. Yeah, I got to take this hard head out. Cause baby, I don't start sweating under this hat. But yeah, we got to figure out. You got to gain knowledge. Got to definitely do that. So we got to get our goals set. We got to get our financial goals set for one. Mm-hmm. And then the first thing in marriage with us, we was like a few things we want to just touch, about marriage. First thing you got to have, make sure in 2023, we keep on saying 2023 is the Jordan year. That's 2023 Jordan year, the winning season. Jordan didn't make it to where he was because he just sat there and didn't do nothing. He planned out his life to where he was able to be Jordan. And now everybody want to be 23 is our winning season. This is our year. But we want to make sure if this is your year, what are you doing to make it your year? Right. What are we doing? If we putting God part of our marriage to make it part of our year? What's some other things we had? Are we communicating more to make it? Are we not just communicate, because we say communication all the time. One of the biggest things people fall in is communication. No, are we effectively communicating? I remember one time Brandon Moore was on our Pastor Brandon Moore. He was on our broadcast, and that's one thing that he said, him and Jessica. It wasn't just communication. He said effective communication is what helped them. So we got to make sure that we're effectively communicate in our marriage in 2023. Don't have said, how my mom always say, don't sideways say it. Just say it straight out. She'll tell you real quick, that was sideways. No, you got to really make sure when you saying it straight out so they'll really know. So it wasn't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Let me just tell you, I want to communicate with you effectively so it won't come in sideways so you didn't know what I was talking about. Set those type of goals.
I thought you heard me.
I thought you heard me.
Make sure they heard you. Make sure you got a clear understanding on the situation and not just put it out there and say, well, I told you, because his mindset or her mindset could be somewhere else. And it may not, they didn't pick it up the way you was, putting it out there. So definitely make sure it's effective when you're doing it. We talked about being a good listener.
Listen to them.
You got to listen. You got to be an ear. Don't always talk. Sometimes be that ear to listen.
Listen.
Be that ear to just let them pour out. Because sometimes we can talk too much. We don't hear what they're saying. We don't perceive what they're saying. Or we don't.
Right.
We can't pick up on what they're saying. Sometimes what they're saying can be in a silent way.
In a
silent way. And can you hear me when I'm talking silent? That's another good, effective communication.
Right.
Know what I'm saying? Sometimes silent. I know her gestures. I know her silent treatments and what they mean. So I learned that. So make sure you're hearing. Make sure you're watching. Make sure you're listening good. Not just hear, but you're listening and hearing.
Take the moment to write them down and sit down with your spouse and figure out what goals are we going to set. If you have not already did that, figure out what goals will you set. Include them. Include your spouses in your life. It's too many now. I see too many married people walking around like they're single. They're doing single people things and they're married and they wonder why their marriage is sideways. Your goals is off. Your goals is really off. So we got to make sure that in our marriage, we set goals for going forward on what we need to do. Set financial goals. And you say, I don't know how to manage or do finances. Reach out to Kevin Patrick. I'm sure we had him on the first of last year. And I think maybe 2 people reached out to him, and 3 including us, I think. But reach out to people like Cassandra Brewer that will be glad to sit down and talk to you about different financial goals. Those are good people that's financial planners. Kevin Patrick and Renisha Patrick, Cassandra Brewer and Eric Brewer. Those are good people that's financial planners that can help you get on the right track. Yeah. Get with people like that can call you in and say, let's sit down. Tell me what your assets is. Right. What are your value? Some of us have no value. What's your worth? What are you worth? Right. Meaning, what your assets is. What do you own? Only thing we own is a pair of tennis shoes. Right. What other things are you own? When they ask people what is their net worth, some people, they might be worth $5 billion. It's not just them alone. It's them, like what they own. It's their homes, it's their cars, it's their businesses, it's their monies that they have in the bank. That's what are you worth? Have you sat down with your spouse and added up everything, your assets, to see, are you worth more than just a car that you bought and you paid cash for? Are you worth more than that? What other assets that you have that you can say, this is what I'm worth? This is how much I'm worth. $1 million. That's me. I'm just saying, you can say that's me. I'm worth $1 million. Don't say it because it's a cliche of words. These cliche of words that people get out there telling you to say, repeat after me, you a millionaire. Repeat after me, you'll be there. Repeat after. You got to be able to work it out. You got to set goals and figure out how to become millionaires, how to become billionaires, how to become married 20 and 30 years. Sit down and figure it out. Goals, because just repeating it ain't going to get you anywhere. You got to figure out, how can I make my marriage worth what I want it to be? Because I set marriage goals, and every day you can say, I set this goal for us. If your spouse don't have the mindset to do it, you do it. You try to set some goals and not try to overpower them, but try to work it out. And let's figure this out. Hey, honey, I saw what we can do, such and such. What do you think? So we got to figure out, how can we get these goals set to keep things moving, because just saying them ain't gonna work. Just folks, because some of these people is already bad, and they have you speaking it, and you don't have the faith or the mindset to do it. You just sitting there.
You don't have the work ethic.
You got to have the work ethic, and sometimes these stuff make people start looking crazy, sideways, because you got it, and I don't, but you got me saying it, but you're not telling me how to do it. So we like to get on to talk and tell you how to make marriage work. Not get on to say, oh, we the Duns and we've been married 27 years. Okay, let me tell y'all how we've been married 27 years. You know, those are the things that we want to get on to tell you. We've been married 27 years first because a lot of prayer. And we want to get on to say, yeah, we've been doing good. We don't want to post a picture of us every single day or every other day like our marriage is on 100 every day. Now, we don't have a lot of down days, but we have days. And some people don't want to be honest that they have days. Right. And that's how people start falling off. And that's how marriages start to fall, because they be done perceive people marriage as being a certain way, and they start saying, I want marriage goals like the Duns. No, don't have marriage goals like the Duns. In 2023, have marriage goals like you have marriage goals. Yep. If you're single, have single goals like you have marriage goals until you get married. But don't start giving away. Y'all single people, don't start giving away all the milk and everything before you even, they be done took everything. They don't have the cow and the milk too.
You see how high it is, right?
Right. That's why it's so high. They keep on getting stuff away.
Why you want to give it away?
Right.
It costs you something. It costs you more than you want to pay. That gallon of milk and them 18 eggs costs more than you want to pay.
Right.
So same way, stop giving it away, because it's more than you want to pay. Now you got heartache, you got pain, you got frustration, you got all this stuff. You got they don't took from you and took value from you, took all this stuff from you because you gave it away. Stop giving it away, single people.
Quit giving it away.
Stop giving them your time. You already know they don't want it.
Right.
They just want to play with your time, play with your heart, play with your emotions. Why you want to keep giving somebody your heart, and they're going to keep breaking it. They're going to keep destroying. They're going to keep putting you down. Single people.
Set yourself goals. Set yourself higher than what it is. Y'all, that was just a side note. Miss Deborah Haynes, going back to assets, Miss Deborah Haynes said, get you some insurance. That's an asset. Yeah. Life insurance, because folks ain't finna keep on doing these GoFundMe. Get some. Call these people. Monte Ray said, it's a team that makes the dream. We have to work together to make this marriage work. And it takes everything I have and everything she has to make it all work. That's what it does. And she could say, don't have marriage goal like us. Mm-hmm. Make your own marriage goal. You have to make your own marriage goals. So you gotta continue to do it. Hey y'all that just coming in, we just talking about goals tonight. It's 2023. It's hard hat season. We can't jump in like it's just a breeze and our things are already built. We had to jump in with our hard hats on, ready to go in on the construction site and build up. Because again, we gotta make sure our assets become built and make sure that not only are they saying we billionaire, we is billionaires. You a billionaire. You got the assets to follow it. Make sure you put a lot of communication, effective communication in your marriage. Make sure you what else we had on our list?
Good listener.
Be a good listener.
Make time for each other.
Make some time for your spouse. Make time for them. Make time to sit down, even if it ain't going on a big old $500 date. Make time for your spouse. The night we sat down and ate us a little cup of ice cream by this big, we ain't go nowhere to get it. It was in the freezer. We sat there and ate it because we needed to make time for each other. We needed the time. So make time for your spouse. Make time after you make time for your spouse, then you make time for your family and add them in so you can build a bigger bond. What else?
I would say too, even when you're talking about dealing with your access and getting people to talk to you, like Kevin one. I would say don't be intimidated
Don't be intimidated
by your finances or by your struggles that you have in life. I mean, because sometimes that will hinder us from getting help.
Right.
Even in our marriage, sometimes, you know, we have problems in our marriage. So we feel intimidated because we feel like they might think, you know, look at me different or look at us strange because we having this problem or we having that.
We having financial issues.
We all have problems. We all struggle. We all have issues that we have to deal with in marriage. It's okay to reach out to somebody and say, hey, I want to talk to you about our finance. I want to talk to you about, you know, our marriage. I want to talk to you about helping, trying to get us to see what we are falling off and what we need to do. So don't be intimidated, because sometimes we can be intimidated because, oh, they married look real good. They got it going on. In our marriage, you know, we fight over here and we do this and we curse and we, you know, we talk at each other and we cut each other's throat and all this stuff. You know, don't be intimidated by your marriage. Don't let nobody else's marriage intimidate. Get the help, man, if you need help. Reach out. They're there for that reason, because you need the help. If we didn't need help, guess what? People wouldn't be in places and position to be there to help us. So they're there to help us. I mean, I was glad to reach out to people when we found out about finances and different things. Right. We were glad because we don't want to keep struggling.
Right. And then Denise just said, y'all, you talking about life insurance, reach out to Dante Lane. He'll be glad to come out and talk to life insurance, health insurance, car insurance. Dante will make sure that you are insured. So you got to start. We, as married couples, single people, we got to make sure we set some goals moving forward in 2023. And Kim Willis, hey Kim, we're glad to have you on. Kim said it's just how you handle these problems going forward in 2023. It's gonna be how you handle these problems on how well your marriage stands.
How well it stands.
How you handle
it. Make sure you can let
it break you.
But you're built for it. We're built for it.
Right.
To be able to withstand the hurricanes of life, the storms of life, the trouble. We got to learn how to weather the storm.
We do.
We got to learn how to weather. If you don't, the storm will take us out.
Right.
I'm talking about the storms of life in general, whatever we're dealing with. If we don't deal with them, we don't find ways and means to get on top of these things and stay on top of them. Because they're going to keep coming. Something you get on one of them, something else going to come up, and you got to get on top of that as well. So life going to keep throwing stuff at you. It's going to keep coming all kind of ways.
It is.
But you just got to work together. I'm telling you, man, ain't nothing like, you know, ain't nothing like jumping on somebody. You know, you got somebody that's coming against you, want to fight you and whatnot. Ain't nothing like having some help on your team.
It's sure like.
They always told me 2 is better than 1.
Yeah, I can't fight a lick.
Well, I just have her to be right there to look like she's fighting.
I promise y'all, I can't fight a lick. Lord Jesus, please don't let nobody fight.
I pray for the Lord, don't let nobody fight me.
I can't fight a lick. But baby, I ain't even gonna say it, so it won't be in paper jail. Whatever it is, I shoot them.
With the water going there, you know.
Oh, that was sad though. Cause baby, I pray.
This my little
chihuahua. I pray y'all don't get.
Got a big bark. Those chihuahua will make you run and hurt yourself. And you think you know.
Woo! She said she can fight no baby. I pray nobody don't ever try to fight me. I gotta jump in. I'm gonna call Chica and Mike. Y'all come on and fight, please. But baby, I promise y'all I'll shoot him in the kneecap. Cause baby, if your knee get worked on, you ain't gonna be able to walk for real no. Woo! Come on. Say what you were saying.
But back to the building now, Lord Jesus. We will say also, try to build up and not tear down.
Yes.
Your spouse, try to talk them up and not tear them down.
Not tear them down.
Don't look at the negative. Don't look at.
And
I would even say, be careful even just talking to people about what they don't do.
Right.
You know, just try to encourage them. Try to motivate them to do. Try to let them know. I mean, even let them know that, you know, why you want to do this or why you don't want to do this. You know, but find ways. But try to build up. We have so much. It's easy to tear somebody down, easy to put our mouth on people, It's easy to put our mouth on our husband, our spouse, because they don't do this, they don't take out trash, they don't wash dishes, they don't do blah blah blah. You got to use that, what they call it, reverse psychology on. You got, oh baby, you look good washing those dishes. So
they gotta spank them on the butt.
Yeah, you got. She helped me out. You can't tell them they ain't doing no good job. Or let me get them. You just. You're doing a good job. What you sweat?
Talk to the
people. I'm sorry. Wait. You gotta find ways, man.
You gotta find ways to make it work. Yes, you do.
You gotta find ways to make it work, man, and build up and not tear down.
You
What
do.
all I'm trying to say is, find ways to just continue to, find ways to build. This swelling might be ugly. It's all get out. She malfunctioning. Why is she over here about to fall out the race? Got
I ain't no head on, no heads on, no head sideways, Lord Jesus.
Bill, find ways to keep the peace. You gotta find a way to keep the peace. Smile even when it hurts.
Those should be goals that they said.
Yeah. Smile even
These
when
are goals.
Don't always just let it show sometimes. And that smile might be just a grin your teeth kind of smile. Y'all know how to do it. But find peace in it. Find peace in the storm. And that what the thing that you're dealing with or you're going through. Try to find the peace. One thing about it I learned that regardless of whatever you go through in life, there's always some good in it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to look around. You might have to look real hard. And you might have to look a while. It's almost like finding a needle in a haystack.
Yes.
But there's some good in that thing that you're going through.
Mm-hmm.
There's some good. There's some good, and you just have to find it in the midst of what you're going through.
What's some other?
You said something about keep the store open.
Keep the store open. STO.
Yeah.
Y'all that on here that don't know what the store is, y'all make sure y'all go in the bedroom. Y'all open the store. Now y'all see folk close the store till you married, but y'all married folk. I'm talking to the married folk. Y'all open that store. Red 9. True. We used to be. She could go now. She could. I don't know if she gonna know. But in our old neighborhood, years ago when we was younger, they used to have this store down the street from my house. And this man, we used to stand at the top of the hill and call him because we want him to come and open the store. The same way we were children, we used to call that man, come and open the store. Our spouses are hollering, hey, baby. Come and yell. That what his name, Mr. Eugene. Come and open the store. Baby, that's what we need to do. Open the store. We need to, that's the way our spouses are hollering for some of us. Don't get too busy and don't get too tired to not do your assignment, not to open the store. Because your spouse is hollering, hey, baby.
And he might be doing it in silence.
Yeah, he's doing it in silence. That silent stuff that where he walk by, he might rub you on the shoulder, rub your leg, and while you laying in the bed, he might rub you down your spine or whatever. And then his sign to say, hey, baby, open the store. He might pat your butt. He might do something. That's his sign saying open the store without just asking you. Because don't miss the sign now. Cause y'all know when you're on a construction yard, they gonna hold up different signs. If you coming down the highway and it's a go slow right here, they gonna hold up the sign. So your spouse silently sometimes be holding up the sign and you don't even know. So we gotta open the store, honey. Open the store. What me them said?
Them store need them neon lights.
Yeah, they do. They need an open sign. So they get, yeah, the store, yeah. They need the open sign. Flip them open signs on and say, y'all need, I'm gonna give away some open signs on Super Sunday that week. Y'all need to get these open signs and hang them outside your bedroom. No, hang them in the bedroom. So they're gonna be your neon light in the middle of the night. Your husband gonna be ready to for the just get up, wide for husband, cut that open sign on. Let them know that store open. If you don't know how to say it, or you might be new because you don't know the signs of what they saying, get up and turn the open light on. We open.
24 hours.
24 hours. How they say 24/7 open that. Yeah, we so glad to have y'all back. I'm telling you. I'm telling y'all, we've been busy doing a few things here and there. So y'all gotta bear with us tonight because we talking about the store, we talking about gold, we talking about it all, but all of this is in line with not opening the store. All of this is in line with setting goals. You gotta make sure you have goals set because of course, if you don't open that store enough, they gonna go to another store because some of these folks got a convenience store that they open 24/7. When you tell your husband no or your wife no, baby, folks are wait and they got automatic doors. They open it. They don't care. They don't care. So you gotta set goals to figure out romantic times that you can have with your spouse, where you can make it memorable, where they wake up smile, you sleeping, they laying over there smiling at you because you done made them happy.
Make an old man happy. Hey, man.
What Cortez said, we used to have a pair of red lips. And when the light was on, why did I?
Don't ask Cortez yet.
About to say, when you see that open light on, say less. Don't even come. Don't come that way. Stay on now. Open the store, honey. But baby,
like the bar that with that donut place.
You need that Krispy Kreme donut sign, hot donuts, honey. Y'all need to get some hot donut sign for 2023 for your marriages. The hot light is on. We're gonna have all kind of signs next week to give away. I'm gonna go ahead and order them so they can get them for their house. But set goals.
Well, I'm gonna get me one. I'm gonna get me some.
What you gonna say?
I'm ready.
Look, she said, "Oh, say hot. Say you need them hot and ready." Sarah said the light stopped working, y'all.
You gotta get another light then.
Woo, Katir, we gonna make sure that you get you another light, honey. Oh my God. Come on.
Be a trust and not distrust.
Be a trust and not distrust. Yes.
Be quick to say I'm sorry.
Be quick to say I'm sorry. Be quick to say I'm sorry in 2023.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
We talking about finances and making good investments.
Yeah.
Talk about your feelings.
Make sure you talk about your feelings to your spouse.
Yeah.
You know, don't let it go unsaid or untold, or let it linger on for too long, and then it start to fester, and then at the end of the day, and you start to talk about just different things that's happened. All those things start adding on, and that's where everything blow up. Or you remember when you did, but jump on those things early. These are just a few goals that we sat down and we wrote for ourselves to figure out, okay, what can we do to make our marriage better? How can we progress more? How can we prepare more? Who can we get to bring in to help us? We talking about the done. Prepare more. Last year that we started out last year with finances, we started getting people in to say, hey, how can y'all help us? What can we do better? We talked about a lot of different things. Of course, some of the people that we even brought in that we was trying to get to assist us, they were like, wait a minute, we need y'all to assist us. So we was right there together building each other. So we got to know when to try to build, to try to, get all we can. It's 2023. And as a lot of people been saying, this is our Jordan year. This is our winning season. in our marriages, so, or in our lives. So we got to know, we got to set goals for those, check them off, and don't overextend yourselves. Don't overextend yourself with high payments for cars and houses and different things like that. Don't get overextended. If we can't afford it, don't do it. Yeah. Don't get too overextended, because that bring a strain on your marriage. They bring a strain on any relationship. So definitely make sure you set good goals, and that you set them. And sometimes it take a minute to get all your goals written down, because as we start to write, we had a long list of things that we need to work on, and we didn't see that before. But we said in our minds, okay, let's work on these goals. Let's get these goals out here to what we want to do, and that's how the done's gonna make it work. So you got to make sure that you have a plan in place. All of you that's on here, even single, married people, have a plan in place. Those of you that's single and you're planning weddings and different things like that, have a plan in place. Don't start planning $20,000 and $30,000 weddings and you ain't got nowhere to stay. Don't plan a $30,000 wedding and you riding up to somebody else's place and getting out in there somebody else's house, or whatever the place is. Make sure you set goals. Make sure you set logical goals. Make sure it's something that after you get through with the wedding, you still got a nest egg or something that your bills can be still paid, and you're not going into this marriage with a financial burden. So make sure, single people, if that's one of your goals for 2023, I want to be married, or we're already engaged. Don't set, and if you cannot afford it and overextend, because the worst thing to do is to go into a marriage and be overextended in bills because you're already frustrated with what you going in. You're frustrated because you're broke. I'm just gonna use broke as a word. And now both of y'all on edge and you're frustrated about that. So single people, marriage is your thing. And I ain't trying to tell you what to spend, but the logical thing is, if you can't afford it, don't do it. Because I seen people go to the courthouse and marry, and they stayed married 60 years. Seen people have $50,000 wedding and stay married one. So it don't matter what you spend on it, it's what you put into it. But if that strain of $50,000 is gonna be a strain to you on your marriage, don't do it. It don't matter what folks say. Let them say what they want to say.
Do it later.
Do it later.
Or you can come back and do it later.
That's it.
Don't live for people. Oh, she had a, $20,000 wedding. It was beautiful. The cake, the dress. Did you see that dress? Right. Oh my God. Are you getting married for the hype of?
All the folk with the dress and the cake. That's all.
I mean, come on. No. That ain't. I mean, you can get married and still, you can even come back and do it later. Do it later. I ain't tell you not to do it, but just what you want to do.
You got to know when.
But you got to know when. I mean, you got to know how.
And it all plays a part in the marriage. At the end of the day, I see Miss Denise said courthouse ready and the money was still in the pocket. That's right. Yeah. I mean, and your marriage still lasts. You don't have to have 50 people in your marriage to say, I got married. Even though that's the most memorable time for a woman in her life, and they want big weddings, but at some point, if it's somewhere that we can afford it, but let's see what we can afford and put that in the budget. Set goals, set marital goals, and don't expect. I know back in the day they used to say the girl's parents supposed to pay for it. Sometimes now the parents ain't even in the children's life. So they trying to figure out how to pay for it, and they go into these marriages strained. So it's just a lot that you could put into this marriage goal stuff. But that right there was just for single people. But single still, make sure know your worth. Know your worth when you're going forward. Know your worth in these relationships. Don't settle for less. Don't settle for less than what you want to see in your life or in your marriage. In the future. Don't settle for less. So you set goals and you make sure those goals stay with what they is. Let me see what these last few comments. Bridge Darcy said, then some people spend thousands on weddings and be separated within a year. They do it for others and not themselves. And that's the first mistake. That's so true, Bridget. That's what Bridget was just saying. They start doing it because they want to show people, or somebody said you ought to have, oh girl, you ought to have one of those 7-tier cakes. those are nice. That'll be pretty. You ought to have 10 bridesmaids. But at the end of the day, you saying, well, the bridesmaid gonna buy their dress, but you still having to figure out where you gonna have a large enough venue to have 10 bridesmaids. Here you go with a venue costs $1,000, and that could have been your first month rent on your house, or not your first month rent, but your first mortgage could have been $1,000. So it just, you can't do it to impress people. Denise Gibbons said, I've seen people trying to outdo others' weddings and all, and then stay married 20 minutes. They stay married 20 minutes. Miss Deborah Haynes said, I had a wedding the first time and it didn't last. Got married in a jogging suit in my sister's living room, and it's working. That's what I'm talking about. But if some people are doing it just for the show, nowadays it's most of it just a show to say that you had it, and then a lot of them ain't even in love like they think they are. You can see it on them the day of it, and you trying to figure out how long they gonna be married and what did they marry them for. And you looking at the girl, she married him, and most of it be for show, and they spent all this money for no reason, and you're doing it for others just to say, see what they said. And at the end of the day, you be done did it for others. They still go back home and talk about you. You saw that dress she had on; it was too tight, and then her back was all out with them rolls in it. And then look at, did you see her hair? Her weave was showing. They gonna go home and find every single thing. They gonna dissect your $20,000 wedding, and you just had that for them. At the end of the day, you forget. Most people forget all about it after they come out the high after about a month anyway, because the bills start to set in. You start living with somebody that you never lived with before, and don't let them have children. You dealing with their children that you never dealt with before because y'all living in the same house. Them children were different when y'all didn't live together.
They respected you when you was.
But now you live with them. It's a totally different thing. So you got to know the goals that you setting. You got to continue to set those. Tramika said, I got married in Vegas and we spent $1,000 and we've been still together. Married at first sight. Hey, Tramika Jackson.
Hey. Tell my brother I said hello. Tell
him we said hey. She said that's work for us. And she said, it's nice, but it's cheap. That's right. And it didn't determine your love for him. Y'all still press through, and that's where these people now gotta grab a hold to these things. They gotta know that their goals are not for people. And nowadays, people get sidetracked and thrown off because they doing everything for the people on the outside to see them. Facebook likes. A lot of people doing stuff now for Facebook likes, social media likes, Instagram likes. They're not doing it because it pleases them. They're not doing it. People start asking, why you didn't let me know y'all had such and such? Why you didn't post that? Post it for what? We're not doing things for people likes. We come on Done Home Improvement because we want to do it to help build. Why? Because somebody helped build us. And then being on here with you all, y'all help build us as well. Because your comments help us too. So we got to make sure that we don't start doing everything for social media. And that's what's happening now. These weddings are for social media because before we even get out the wedding or before people get through with the wedding, it's all on social media. I love it when people tell folks, do not record and do not take pictures because we already have somebody doing that. That folk that ain't trying to do it for the light. They trying to do it for privacy and they still want to have a nice time. So we got to, Deborah Haynes said they be sightseeing at your expense. That what it be. That would it be, Miss Deborah. Miss Denise said we got married at the courthouse and have our ups and downs, but worked through it. 42 years. Woo. In July. They've been married 42 years. Awesome. But yeah, so we gotta definitely know what our goals are and set your goals off of your expectations, what you have talked about. Do not do it off of somebody else, and don't compare. Single people, quit comparing your life to these married folk. It don't work. Because sometimes the grass ain't even green on the other side. You jump across that fence and ain't nothing but turf, honey, that artificial turf. So don't set your goals off of other people. Sit down, see what's going to help your house, yourself, your marriage. See what's going to help you and use those goals for you, not off of what you got from somebody else. I think Sheikah said that. Sheikah Barnes said, don't do it off of the Barnes. Do it for yourself, because you don't know what the Barnes had to go through. So don't do it off of the Duns, because you never know what the Duns had to go through. Sometimes we had to take a moment, we had to reset, and I think we did that last year. We had to reset so we could be restored, so we can pour out again. We could come on for a few weeks because we needed time. We needed that. But that was our goals. So our goals this year, we set some more. Now what we gonna do with it? So we gotta make sure that, right, Miss Deborah, that grass be spray painted. Miss Deborah, that grass be spray painted. But look, y'all, we've been over here far over our time. Impact Media have been so patient with us. We just been running up her time, honey. Getting on here, making sure that we wanted to make sure we got back on with you all tonight to let you know that we here. We even had people writing us. Y'all remember last time we didn't come on for a few weeks and folks were right, ask like, we all right, y'all still together. Yeah, we still together. You ain't got your ring on it. Oh, you got a ring on too. We is still together in 2023. We gonna keep on standing strong and keep on pushing. So if y'all don't see us on the line, don't think that the Duns have split up. We just was most of the 9 times out of 10, we entertaining family because we love family. But we still here. Cause he liked it and he put a ring on it. So I ain't going nowhere, honey. I'm gonna be here 27 more years. But yeah, so we have far spent our time. But hey, I want to say something about coming up. Team Whip is gonna do something for breast cancer survivors, but you don't have to be a survivor. They're doing Loving the Pink Gala, and I think this is Team Whip. Do me a favor, y'all that friend with Narfonda, tag Narfonda for me. And it's gonna be at Purge Nation, and this is gonna be here Saturday, February the 18th at 5 p.m. Now, Down Home Improvement is gonna sponsor 2 people. So if you know anybody that wants to attend, preferably a breast cancer survivor, definitely let us know. This is gonna be Saturday, February 18th at 5 p.m. And it's gonna be at Purge Nation. Live entertainment from Hyson Green. Hyson Green is out of Lafayette, Alabama. Also, they'll have a guest speaker, and she's a 2-time guest breast survivor. Dr. Crystal Pugh will be with them. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna sponsor 2 people, preferably breast cancer survivor. We want to make sure they get them in, and you must have tickets to be in, and you must have ID to come in as well. This is a formal attire. So I just wanted to make sure that we get that out there. I told that Narfonda that we wanted to help them get that out there because they do so much for the people in the community, for breast cancer survivors and their families. So I told the Down Home Improvement wanted to help advertise and get it out there and send some people on a date. Not on a date. I guess they could make it a date if they want to. But Hyson Green is an awesome singer. He's from here, but he's traveled abroad to different places. So y'all, if you haven't got your ticket, support Narfonda. Proceeds go to Team Whip to help with breast cancer survivors. But again, you guys, let's see what else. I don't think Impact Media have anything coming up. Shout out to Impact Media for always making sure that we are on and we are clear and crisp and y'all can hear us. So next Sunday is our Super Sunday. So we're very excited. We have more people that's coming on. And next Sunday, we talking about expectations of marriage versus the reality of what marriage really is. Because at one point growing up, I was thinking, if my expectation for white picket fence, I stay at home, the husband go to work, and he bring home the bacon, I cook the dinner, that was my expectation as a little girl. But what is the reality? So we're going to have some single people on our broadcast next week, as well as married people, because they're going to come back with what the single people are going to be saying and what they expect. And the married folks gonna say, okay, let me tell you the reality of what happened. Y'all don't want to miss next Sunday, Super Sunday, our first Super Sunday of the year. We'll have some young millennials on, as well as some single people that's gonna be on with us as well. So y'all tell some people next Sunday, Down Home Improvement have Super Sunday. We may have one or two of them that's gonna sit in actually with us, and the rest of them will be chiming in from their location. But it is Super Sunday next week. We're not giving away anything on the wheel for this week or next week, because this month we're taking this time out to help families in Georgia, over in LaGrange, Georgia. We had some family members and friends in Lexington Park that was affected by the storm. And so we've been taking our time and we've been sewing into them and trying to make sure that they have what they need. So we took January, instead of giving away and sending people on dates, we've been helping families over in LaGrange, Georgia, over in the Lexington Park area, to help them in different ways that they need, or hotels or whatever they need to help get done. That's what Down Home Improvement have done for the month of January. But next month we're gonna give away we're doing 5 ways to give 5 days of love, Valentine giveaways, so we can see y'all on a date. So, but this month we're not doing the wheel today or next Sunday, because we've been taking the time, because we want to help families that's been displaced, that's gonna need a lot of things, that's gonna need a lot of assistance. We can't build them a house, we can't do things like that, but we can sow a seed. So that's what we've been doing. How can we help them? Is that what Monte said? I can actually send you some of them cash out. A lot of them they need items, but some of them don't have homes, so they don't have anywhere to place the items. But they have been collecting, and some of the churches have been collecting. But we've been basically sending cash apps to them, or sending it to the hotels that they've been staying in, to help pay for a night. One night is better than not having that night. So we've been able to help pay for a couple of nights here and there, by way of not giving away things on Down Home Improvement. We took those funds to help those families. So we want to make sure that we want to make sure that they are okay, because when we saw it, it could have been us. We could have lost our homes, and we pray that you all and other people would reach out to us. But if not, we're doing our part. So we found those families that we could assist. And when I saw it with some of the people that we knew or our relatives, we started to reach out to them that moment to see what can we do. Of course, everybody's saying pray, but we want to make we want to pray. We want to send. At this point, I'm back in my full season of working in my office, so I can't go and help, but I can send. We can send the funds that we would normally get people to go out on dates with, that they can eat the bologna sandwich for this month. But definitely we want to make sure that if you know anybody in Lexington Park area and they still in need of just another night, reach out to us, let us know, because we want to make sure that we sow into them, because that was unexpected. That wasn't part of the goals that they had set for their lives, and it happened. So those unexpected things happen, and so we want to make sure the Duns want to make sure. And if you want to do it, if I tell you what, if y'all just want to send it to us, I'll definitely get it to the people that needs it. We'll definitely make sure I'll reach out to all the ones that I know that live in that area, because some of them can't go back, that lived in that area. I'll make sure I get the cash app. So if you want to send it to Down Home Improvement, it's $ Down Home Improvement. It's just that simple. If you wanted to cash app us, our cash app tag will come up, so you definitely can send it there. So we definitely want to make sure we continue to pray for them. We want to continue to pray for them. And if you have seeds that you want to sow to them, we want to make sure that we send seeds to help them, because they've been displaced, and some don't have anywhere to go, in hotels been their place. So we want to make sure, if you want to send a gift, a love seed, and you want to just send it Down Home Improvement, I'll forward it to them. And again, that's $ Down Home Improvement. That's our cash out. Very easy. Nothing fancy about it. Saying that because we want to make sure that we send these seeds. We want to pray and we want to send seeds at the same time. If we have them. If you don't have money, make sure you send up prayers for them because this is a long journey. We didn't know people in Selma, Alabama. We didn't know people in those places, so I don't know where to send it from. But I do know some people that's attached to this area that we can always make sure that we get this to them personally, and they are very appreciative because they know that people don't have to be nice to them. But I'm glad that we can. I'm glad that you all can help. So again, if you want to give, feel free to send it to Don Home Improvement, $, Don Home Improvement. I'll be glad to forward it to the families that's been affected in Lexington Park in LaGrange, Georgia. So LaGrange, it's still in our prayers because this haven't been long happened. So we want to make sure that we give, that we sow back into their lives. Because a lot of them don't need a lot of things, but they do need somewhere to stay. So if our money can come together and get them 5 more nights in the hotel, the Home Improvement family did a lot more. And they would be so appreciative of it. So if y'all can come together with us and we can do about 5 more nights in a hotel, I'm telling y'all, they would be so appreciative. I'll definitely send it right over to them. They even gave us the option to be able to take it straight to the hotel because they were saying they didn't want people to feel like that they was just taking people's money. We could take it straight to the hotel. So we want to make sure that, hey, if y'all want to come together with us and we bless this family, some of you may say, I already did that, did something. Do it again. Do it one more time. They'll definitely appreciate it. But y'all, it's been our time in far spent. We're so happy to be back on with you all. We'll be back next Sunday for Super Sunday. Tell some people to get in here. Our flyer will go up this Wednesday, pushing Sunday, Super Sunday. And I hope you all take time out next Sunday at 8 o'clock because it's gonna be real live stuff. I hope they don't be cutthroat. Well, if they cutthroat, we don't know. We got to figure out what they got to say because But we'll be back next Sunday and we'll see y'all later. Thank y'all again for tuning in. Thank you, Impact Media. Tatiana Darn, y'all get with Tatiana Darn for all your media needs, your photography, your 360 booth, your DJing, anything you need. Get with Impact Media. She'll be glad, and glad. So remember, marriage goals 2023. Write them down. Sit down with your spouse. If y'all don't have any other assignment this week, make sure that's on your list to make sure you have some marriage goals for 2023. Thank y'all so much. We love y'all. We enjoyed y'all so much. Bye-bye. Bye. Have a great night.